Yummy, delicious bread pudding. Glorious bread pudding. Here are the ingredients: egg, milk, butter, bread. I tend to use the bread that is kind of stale. This bread was like a week old. We can use double cream or single cream. I didn't use any cream because the date had passed. You'll need a shallow baking tray. There are the ingredients again. Any milk will do. I use lactose-free milk. Any butter will do. I used 1 egg. You can use 2. And there's my jug. Going to go straight into preparing the bread. I am about to butter the bread. Put the butter on both sides of each slice of bread. I do both sides, you don't have to. I tend to put my butter on quite thick. I can't help it. I've always done it this way. Here we go. Each slice of bread will get the same treatment. And then I rest it in the tray until I've finished. Now I've buttered all slices. I'm going to start cutting them up so they will fit nicely into the tray. You can cut in quarters or you can cut smaller, however it suits you best, as long as they fit quite snug in the tray. Then here is my tray full of buttered bread. Then I'm going to grate my nutmeg. This is a Jamaican spice. You can have your spices already grounded, but I like to use the traditional nutmeg as isn't yet grounded into powder. Grate as much or as little of that as you want, to your liking, to your taste buds. Just checking how much I have. Then we go into adding all the ingredients for the mixture. Sugar to your taste. I know I'm already sweet, but I still like a little bit more sweetness. Here we go, we're adding brown sugar. Then vanilla, good old Benjamin's vanilla. I use 1 cork full. You don't have to, you can use less or more if you so require. I could have added the milk first, but I added the vanilla into the sugar. Flavored nonetheless. Then I'm going to fill my milk up to the top of the jug because I want as much mixture as possible to soak the bread. You can see at the bottom there, you can still see the sugar and the vanilla. Then I'm going to mix all of that in. Make sure all the granules have dissolved into the milk. A little bit more mixing won't hurt. Here it goes. Now for the nutmeg powder. And a bit more mixing. You could have put the nutmeg directly onto the bread, but you don't have to. You can do it however you like. Here I'm putting in the egg. I'm using 1 egg, but you can choose to use 2. Whisking because that's better for mixing in the egg, and it's even further mixing in the granules that probably hasn't yet dissolved. Bring that a bit closer for effect to further see the whisking process. Whisk that into your liking, and we all love to watch a bit of whisking. And I'm just going to pour that in. Pour it in nicely, beautifully, and that's That smells so good with that egg, vanilla, nutmeg, and brown sugar. Pour it all over. We want to finish all of that because we want to make sure that the bread is soaked. So the result is a pudding. Here goes. And we want to make sure it's nicely soaked and balanced. So just even it out a bit with the tool. Because my bread was frozen before, I left it sitting for a little bit to make sure it's fully defrosted and soaking in all that goodness. You can use any bread, as I said, for this recipe. It's quite nice to go for a bread that has raisins in it because it gives it that extra flavor. You can sprinkle on top whatever you like. Here I'm sprinkling extra brown sugar because I love brown sugar. Then you just need to spread it out as well to cover the surface, so when you're sharing it, everyone gets the same taste. If you share from the sides or the middle, you'll have all the same flavoring throughout, as all the ingredients are balanced and equal. Now with that liquid, I don't like to see too much of it, so I try to make sure it's all soaked in adequately. And for that reason, I'm going to do the next step that you're going to be seeing right now. I'm adding some extra bread pieces because I had bread left back, just to soak up all of that liquid to make sure it goes somewhere and it's not just in the container and then maybe probably hard to bake. We want all of that liquid to be soaked. So I'm just making a bit of space so it's nice and snug, so I can add the other pieces of bread. And then you also get to use up your bread instead of throwing it in the bin. It's a good way to save money, conserve. Now I have bread pudding for the week. I can give some away, I can have some at work, can have some in the evening. You can have this with ice cream, custard, whatever you like. You can have it on its own, and it's just as yummy on its own because it's nice and sweet. I like to have it with cream as well, so a little bit of cream on top. And here it after it coming out of the oven. This is what you have. It comes out swollen and then it flattens as it loses air. Little bit crispy in the corner, but that's fine. And I'm going in for the taste, and it was yummy. I've got my ice cream in my bowl and I'm just getting that smudge of pudding. Nice, spongy, delicious, glorious bread pudding. One of my favorites. I've only had this since being in the UK and I enjoyed thoroughly with a bit of vanilla ice cream. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it useful. Please like and subscribe. Bye.